It is somewhere in ancient Africa, a lioness, lying at the edge of a watering hole, breathing slowly, a long thorn buried deep in her paw. She cannot hunt. She cannot walk properly. Every step sends pain shooting up her leg. And then she does something that makes no sense. She does not go to another lion. She does not go deeper into the forest. She walks toward a group of humans sitting near a fire. The same species that hunts her, the same species that takes over her territory, the same species every instinct in her body has been screaming to avoid for her entire life, and she walks directly toward them. Now you might think this is a one-time thing, a strange moment, a fluke. It is not. This pattern has been documented through thousands of years of human history, across dozens of different species, on every continent on Earth. Wild animals, creatures with every reason in the world to fear us, sometimes turn toward us in their worst moments. Not toward their own kind, toward us. Why? The answer goes deeper than you think, much deeper. It reaches back to the very beginning of the relationship between humans and the wild world. And by the time this is over, you will never look at a wild animal the same way again.
But first, let me tell you something that will surprise you. Ancient humans were not just feared by animals. They were watched by them. For thousands and thousands of years, wild animals lived near human camps. Not inside them, not close enough to be touched, but close enough to observe, close enough to learn. They watched ancient humans do something no other creature on Earth could do: solve problems. A broken bone? Ancient humans made a splint from branches and tied it with animal skin. A deep wound? Ancient humans packed it with certain leaves and mud that stopped infection. A trapped animal? Ancient humans dug it out, pulled it free, removed what was hurting it. No other animal on Earth did these things. A wolf with a broken leg limped until it healed or died. An elephant with a thorn in its foot suffered until the thorn worked its way out on its own. A bird tangled in vines struggled until it broke free or exhausted itself to death. But humans fixed things, and the animals around them were watching.
Now here is where it gets interesting. Ancient humans did not just live near animals, they lived with animals, side by side, for thousands of generations. And something happened during all those years that nobody planned, nobody designed, nobody intended. A relationship, not friendship, not trust in the way humans understand trust. Something older than that, something quieter. A recognition. Certain animals, the ones that lived closest to human settlements, began to notice a pattern. When they were hurt and they went near humans, the pain sometimes stopped. Not always, not with every human, not in every situation, but enough times, enough generations, enough individual animals returning to their groups carrying less pain than when they left. That pattern got passed down, not as a memory exactly, as something deeper, a pull, a direction to move in when everything else had failed, toward the fire, toward the upright, toward the ones who used their hands in ways no other animal understood.
But let us talk about the most documented example of this, because it is not just a story, it is science. Across ancient Africa, there was a bird, small, unremarkable looking, easy to miss. But this bird had figured out something extraordinary. It could find beehives, hidden inside trees, buried in rock crevices, tucked into the darkest parts of the forest. This bird knew exactly where the honey was, but it could not get inside. Bees defended their hives with thousands of stings. No small bird could break through that. And ancient humans had the opposite problem. They desperately wanted honey. Honey was one of the most valuable foods in the ancient world. Pure energy, sweet, rare, worth traveling far to find. But they could not locate the hidden hives. The forest was enormous. The hives were invisible from the ground. A human could search for days and find nothing. And then, one day, something happened. A bird landed near a group of honey hunters. It called loudly. It flew a short distance. It called again. It looked back at the humans, and one hunter followed it. The bird led him through the forest, over hills, through thick brush, directly to a hidden hive in the hollow of an old tree. The hunter opened the hive using fire and tools. He took the honey, and the bird ate what was left behind, the wax, the larvae, the parts the human did not want. Both of them got exactly what they needed. From that day, this partnership was remembered, passed down through generations of honey hunters, and passed down through generations of that bird. Ancient human communities developed a specific call, a sound used only for this purpose, to signal to the bird, "I am here, I am ready, lead me." And the bird learned what that sound meant. Centuries passed, thousands of years. The call changed slightly from village to village, from generation to generation, but the bird always learned the local version, always responded, always led the hunters to the hive.